Hey, welcome back to my channel. And you can tell by the thumbnail what if is this gonna be about. It's gonna be part two to what if Naruto was in high school DxD. Now I did not expect for it to get as much love as it did. Like literally yesterday, like within like the first like what hour already got like 30 some views and already like 5+ likes. And that's just within like a couple of hours yesterday. So yeah, asked me to do a part two, and the people have requested it, and it's my job to give it to y'all. And so here I go. Naruto, he opened his eyes, staring at the darkness surrounding him. He was submerged in water, but he wasn't wet. Finally conscious enough to appear here, huh? Kurama said, appearing within Naruto's line of sight. It gets boring in here quickly. Hey guys, Naruto sighed, lifting himself upwards quickly. He quickly fell to his right, noticing that he is not being used without his own. How long have I been asleep? I'm not really sure. This place is very strange. Day and night cycle. Almost artificial. But I'd say that it's been at least a day or two. Okay, at least my chakra is back. You actually got a lot more than before. It's crazy. It's almost as much as Kurama's. The two-tail spoke, appearing by Kurama's side. Great, Naruto murmured. Sitting up, he could see the other tail beasts nearby. Are you gonna be okay? The five tails asked quietly. I don't know. It doesn't feel right. I'm just sitting here in this dimension, and my friends are probably dead. I don't know if they're gonna be okay. What about Hinata and Kakashi? Naruto gripped his head. I left them there, in a dimension where our friends are dying. They're all alone. And it was and I was the one who took them there. If I had beaten her faster, or I had been more careful, Sakura wouldn't have died either. And maybe he'll be able to do something. All my friends are trapped in some stupid illusion, not knowing that they're slowly dying. And I don't know what to do. I don't know how to fix it. I know. Why don't I do it right? I have all this power, and I can't even use it to save my friends. What's what's wrong? You stopped Kaguya from destroying your world, ruling over it with the chakra that she has stolen from your friends. I think you saved them from that. So, what's the point if they're not even alive to know it? They die either way. I don't want to tell you this, but there might be a chance for you to save them again. Naruto stared up at Kurama, eyes wet. The Renegon allows you to travel through dimensions. Maybe, just maybe, you could break into the afterlife, but I don't want to give you any false hopes though. Naruto wheezed. Maybe. Maybe if I'm able to use it right. Naruto pointed at his eye. But I can't. I don't even know where to start. We'll help you. We don't know anything about this dimension either. Maybe you could get stronger. I don't want to get stronger. I'm never strong enough anyway. Naruto grit his teeth. Naruto, the Two Tails stepped forward. I didn't know your friends, and I can't claim that I loved humans, but you seem to have formed a special connection with everyone you have met. You got Kurama to like you, and he has a stick shoved so far up his ass that he is about to choke on it. Kurama gasped, speechless. I know this doesn't help much, but you'll make new friends. I can see it within you. You can't help but befriend the people that you meet. It's a part of you. And from what I have seen of you and what Kurama has said, I know that deep down you know that your friends won't want you to stay here weeping forever about what happened. I'm not saying that you should move on, but don't stay here in regret. Live on and keep them in your heart. I had no idea that you can say something so nice. Shut up, Shukaku, the Two-Tails said over her shoulder. Aside from the comment about me, Tanabe, is that her name? Tanabe? Matanabe? Mat- Matatabi? Matatabi. I think that's how it is. Matatabi is right, Kurama said, looking down at Naruto. Imagine what your grandmother would do if she saw you sitting here forever. She'll probably yell at me for being such a lazy ass. Naruto smiled at his shoes, holding himself with his arm. And Sakura, she hit me. You guys are right. And Lee, something about bringing my flames of youth back. Naruto stood up, looking up towards the tail beast. Thanks, guys. I shouldn't give up. And if you're right about the other god trees, then I need to get stronger so that I can protect my new friends, whoever they are. He's back. Gaiki nodded towards the Two Tails. Good job. What about me? I did stuff too. You didn't do shit, Kurama. Let me remind you that I have 9 tails. Well, you only have one, Shukaku. That doesn't mean tails don't mean shit. Shukaku ran at Kurama, summoning sand onto his side. I'll prove it. Naruto watched as the two wrestled and the other tail beasts formed a circle around them. Naruto had forgotten, but they were siblings. They were acting like just brothers, just like he and Sasuke. How he ever thought of them as monsters, he wasn't sure. They had just as much as humanity as anybody else. I'll leave. I'll leave before it gets any more violent. Gaiki said, turning to Naruto. It might be boring in here, but at least we aren't trapped behind some cage door. There's space to do something. We'll be fine. Alright, if you say so. Time to wake up, Naruto said, closing his eyes. Hold up. Alright, I'm back real quick. I had to do something. So Naruto, he concentrated, and he already used what already used to enter and leave his mindscape by now. Kurama, I do want to see if I could see my friends. Just one more time, if it's possible. Okay. Kurama grunted, biting Shukaku's tail. Hold up. Alright, I'm back with that quick little interruption. Hold up. Fuck. Had to take care of some shit. So Naruto, he's leaving his mindscape. And so Naruto opens his eyes to find himself in a strange room. what seems to be him laying a massive bed, bigger than any bed he ever slept in before. The second thing he noticed was the presence in his room. The energy was female and felt similar to chakra, but slightly tainted and seemingly inhuman. You've awoken, the lady said. Naruto sat up, looking over at the woman. Naruto may have been oblivious to women, but even he knew that she was beautiful. Her hair was very long, something that he enjoyed, and the color was pleasant, a light silver, almost bordering white. She was wearing a maid outfit, which for some reason made her breasts seem bigger. Naruto wasn't sure why that was. Uh, hello. Where am I? You're currently within the Gramarye Mansion. Where is that? Within the underworld. Like, afterlife? No. The home of the devils. Wait, what? Devils? Where are they? This is a different dimension. The rules here are different from the elemental nations. Did you guys finish your fight? Yep. I won. Naruto could practically hear Kurama's smirk. Shut up, Shikaku yelled. Miss, I'm pretty sure you know this, but I'm not from around here. And what's a devil? Naruto wasn't sure, but this woman exceeded an aura that screamed, respect me. Naruto could sense that he was far stronger than her, but he felt like he shouldn't really piss her off, or it would end painfully. Hold up. Alright, I'm back. I had to do some real quick. So the lady says, I am Grafea, the maid. She stared back at Naruto, making him feel self-conscious, especially since he was almost naked. Apparently they removed his clothing when they bandaged him up. A devil is a species that reside within this dimension. And we are one of the three factions along with angels and the fallen. Okay. Naruto didn't know anything about this. He knew that angels were supposed to be the servants of God, but these devils didn't seem that bad. She hadn't attacked him, and he had been banished up. Could I get some food? Kurama had been right. It's been at least a day because Naruto could not remember being hungrier. Of course, follow me to the dinner hall, Grafea said, grabbing his arm towards the door. Yeah, Naruto slid out from under the covers, struggling slightly without his dominant arm. Do you know where my clothes are? He asked, looking down at himself. Yes, she said, bending down towards a nearby dresser. She pulls out his jumpsuit. They were tattered when you arrived, so we took the liberty of repairing them. Thanks. Naruto took them from her, struggling to put on the shirt on his arm the way it was. Eventually he got it on, along with his pants, but something wasn't right. Did I get taller? Naruto said, looking down. His jumpsuit was much higher on his legs than he remembered, and it felt a little tight in certain areas. I think so, the fifth tail said. Everything about you is larger now. Your chakra system is probably the biggest change, but I'm pretty sure your body had to adapt to all our chakra. Raphael watched the boy struggle to put on his outfit, noting that he seemed uncomfortable without his arm. He examined his body, lingering for a moment, before finally turning to her. She had been observing him for a while now, and the power that she felt was still sealed deep down, but it seemed even larger than before, leading her to believe that he still wasn't utilizing all his energy. What would you like? Do you have any ramen? Naruto asked, following her towards the door. I could go for some ramen. It's not normally served, but I'm sure that the chef could make up something. The boy seemed nice enough, but she didn't want to anger a being with the amount of power that he had. May I ask for your name? Oh, my name's Naruto Uzumaki. The boy raised his severed arm, aimingly trying to do something before noticing and switching to his left arm and saluting off his forehead. And what type of What type of are you? What are you? Some type of creature? Grafea asked. Human. Naruto said, seeming confused. I think at least it might have changed, but if not, then I'm not sure. It's not devil, angel, or fallen though. And where did you come from? I came from a place called the Elemental Nations. Well, it doesn't exist anymore. What happened? It was a war. It was over this power, and the result were not that great. Naruto said, looking away. He's obviously had a hard time talking about it. Maybe it was better. It'll be better to ask later. We arrived, Grafea said, opening the door to the dinner hall. Immediately, a cook appeared from the kitchen. Would it be possible to order ramen? Yes, ma'am, the devil said, running back into the kitchen. This place is really big, Naruto thought. Grafea turned to him. How rich do these Grimory people have to be? May I introduce you to the leaders of the Devil faction? Grafea asked, presenting the two. She has she had already informed them of this moment that Naruto had woken up. These people were Lucifer and Beelzebub. Yeah. Okay, so you're probably the strongest being in the dimension if these two are the leaders, Son Goku stated. The red-headed one seemed to be the stronger one, and even then, he's only at Saiyan levels, Kurama mother. But don't become arrogant. Your humbleness is one of your only tolerable qualities. Shut up, Naruto yelled at them. Hi, I'm Naruto Uzumaki. Thanks for letting me stay here. Naruto's eyes immediately attracted to his hair. Apparently, he gotten his dad's attraction to red hair. Of course, my wife is very good at. Ow! I mean, my maid is very good at her job. Lucifer said, rubbing his cheek. Wife? Naruto looked between the two. She doesn't act like it. You were severely injured, repeatedly breaking into the dimensional gap like that. Can I ask why? I was trying to go home. I was fighting and we started crossing dimensions. And I wasn't sure how to get back. And when I tried to find my friend's energy, the only place I found was here. Lucifer grimaced. It seemed to be a bad topic. I have ramen here. Oh, that's me, Naruto yelled, raising his severed arm into the air. Here, Naruto instantly seemed much happier. He sat down at a nearby table while Lucifer and a, a junko, a junkie, a Jaka, a Jaka, I think that's her name, or the person named Ajaka sat opposite side of him. While Rafea remained standing, the ramen was placed before him, and Naruto's eyes shined as he grabbed the chopsticks before giving and immediately raising the bowl to his face. He began to pour the ramen into his mouth, and the three devils watched in disbelief as he set down the bowl only a few seconds later. Could I get seconds? Of course, the cook said shakingly, turning back towards the kitchen. I take that you like ramen. I love it, and this one's really good. You wanted to know how I got here, right? Yes. Well, I come from the elemental nations. It was a land full of ninjas. I was one of them. Ninjas? Yeah, we were soldiers. Naruto looked down. We had, we all had our own hidden village, and we worked under the leader who was called the Cage. I lived in Konoha under the Hokage. Village hidden in the leaves? Yeah, it was my home. Well, there was an organization that wanted to collect these massive beasts of chakra. Chakra? Yeah, ninjas were chakra users. We had rankings from Genin, Chunin, up to Jonin and the Hokage. And you were? I was Genin. Not because I was weak. I just never took the test. I can sense that you're not weak. Lucifer smiled. You were talking about chakra beasts. Well, we call them tail beasts. There are 9 of them, and this organization called the Akatsuki wanted to use them to create world peace. Isn't that a good thing? Yeah, their secret leader wanted to use them to bring back this dead beast called the Ten Tails, and then imprison everyone in a dream world forever. It was bullshit. So we united all the hidden villages and we fought against him. And, well, we failed. No, I failed. I had the power to undo the illusion, but I didn't know how to get back. And all of them had been turned back into energy for the God Tree. God Tree? It was the Ten Tails, Naruto said, grabbing the bowl of ramen as it was placed before him. It turned out that it wanted to get its energy back from all of the people on the planet, and it ended up turning into this lady called Kaguya. She was horrible. What happened to her? Grafea asked, I should say. I sealed her, and all of her dimensions away. She'll never get out of there, Naruto glared. And did you have a god? Huh? Naruto asked, slurping on his ramen. This world has a biblical god, a creator. No, we don't have a creator. The only god I could think of is the Reaper. I know he exists. I guess he is the closest thing to God that we had was Kaguya and the old man Sage. And he was? Hold up. He was the Sage of the Six Paths. Naruto smiled. He actually was the first person to seal Kaguya away. But it wasn't a perfect seal, so I had to finish it for him. How? Naruto said, You see these eyes? Naruto tried to point to his Rinnegan. This is the power he gave to my friend, who gave it to me when he died, along with my other eye. He activated the Sharingan, and he gave me his chakra too. Yeah, that's what Kurama said. Kurama? The tail beasts have names. Kurama is the Nine Tails. And where is he? Lucifer asked. Is he in your dimension? He's sealed inside me, Naruto said, patting his stomach, along with all the others. When I sealed her away, I was floating in that dimensional gap thinking, and to save my life, they agreed to be sealed within me. And how powerful are they? Lucifer was happy that Naruto seemed to be willing to talk. He was getting a lot of information. Super. Kurama can destroy mountains with a flick of his tail. Yeah, but you could destroy moons with your six paths Rasen Shuriken. Aw, aren't you jealous? Shut up. You speak to him? All the time. He's my friend. Interesting. Well, I think that is enough questions. Lucifer clapped his hands together. He's ecstatic that he found someone powerful enough to spare his sister from her fate. Actually, could I ask, how did you travel through dimensions? This eye can open and close portals, but it takes a lot of energy. And it takes energy just to keep it open. Naruto shook his head. Not that it matters, since I make more than I lose anyway. I have noticed that you keep using your severed arm. Yeah, it was my dominant arm before. It's gonna take a while to get used to using my left arm only. Doesn't that mean that you lost it recently? I lost it during my fight with Kaguya, about an hour before I got here. Let's move away from the depression, okay? Lucifer stood up. Thanks for answering all our questions. It was nothing. Thanks for the ramen. Naruto stood up too. You could stay here for now. I'll see if I can arrange something for you. Why don't you explore the dimension with Grafea, alright? Sure, I can do that. Naruto shrugged. He still had some questions about the dimension. I'll leave Grafea in your care then. Lucifer nodded, creating a magic circle. Bye. Naruto watched as the two leaders disappeared. What was that weird seal on the ground? Naruto asked, looking at Grafea. What's that Finjutsu? Or wait, hold up. Alright, I had to look it up real quick. Let me go back a bit. No, it was a magic circle used to teleport devils between certain parts, Grafea asked, leading Naruto towards the door. What is Fufuian Jutsu? It's sealing jutsu. I don't know much about it, but I know that if you did it right here, if you did it right, it could do anything you could think of, as long as you have enough chakra to power it. And jutsu? Well, there are things that ninjas could do with their chakra, and usually you have to use hand signs to use them. But I was never really good at remembering those, so most of mine are used without any of them. I see. Could you demonstrate? Naruto raised an eyebrow, confused. While it was true that most people wanted to see what a ninja could do, Raffaele didn't seem like the kind of person. Well, maybe it's because of the whole maid thing, but maybe the whole maid thing was just an act. In, in which case, he didn't even want to think about what Lucifer and Grafea did in the bedroom if they did this in public. Don't use anything like your Rasengan or higher. We don't want to antagonize her, even if you stomped her. Alright, I guess it leaves me with my page and substitute, I guess. Naruto held his left hand up, bringing forth a minuscule amount of chakra. Hence, Grafea watched as Naruto burst into smoke. Waiting for the effect of his jutsu, she opened her mouth as another Grafea appeared. It was a perfect copy, all the way down to her curves. This is Hinge, Naruto said. Even his voice sounded like hers. I can transform into anything I want, like a rock or a fly. But it feels like I'm wearing someone else's skin, so I don't use it much. Your arm doesn't affect the transformation? Grafea gathered her wits. It was strange, but there was more shocking things. No, but it still doesn't feel right. Naruto turned the hinge off. His version of hinge was different from other people. He actually used chakra to create a new body around him, making his body as large or small as he needed. Instead of creating a genjutsu, his version was unheard of. But he hadn't even noticed until Kakashi had pointed out when he transformed into a kunai for Sasuke to throw it when they were fighting Zabuza. Excuse me, real quick. If it had been genjutsu, Naruto would have time would have had to run, and he didn't know how to walk on water yet, so it would have never worked. Sasuke had actually picked Naruto up and thrown him, so it turned out that Naruto had never done an actual genjutsu in his life. What else can jutsu do? Well, most of the other ones cause too much damage to use outside of a fight, and even then, some of them would blow up a a lot of land. Unless you guys have a spot where you're okay with me destroying things, and I don't have much more to demonstrate. Rafrea nodded, knowing that he was telling the truth. Someone who defeated the closest thing to a god would be able to destroy countries. Is this young man who appeared from the dimensional gap? A voice said from above. Naruto looked forwards to see two people, which reminded him of Lucifer's. The man had crimson hair, the same as Lucifer, along with the same eye color. The woman he was standing next to had hazel hair, but he could see fake traces of Lucifer within her as well. He certainly looks powerful, the lady said. Again, Naruto noticed how large her breasts were. Did everyone here have Tsunade's genes? Hello. I am. I can't remember her name, but just know it's Rias' mom. And this is my husband, whose name I can't remember also. Just know it's Rias' dad. We are the heads of the Gremory family. Oh, so this is your mansion. Well, thanks for having me here, Naruto said. You've already met our son, Lucifer, Rias' dad stated, staring directly into Naruto's eyes. He's your son? But you guys are like 20. Devils can live upwards of 10,000 years, Rafea stated. Devils remain young for a very long time. And that reminds me, will you be attending Grafea? It is tonight. Of course, Gremory. Grafea nodded, and Rias' dad nodded. So, I don't really understand. What are factions? A few hundred years ago, the devils fought a war against the fallen angels and the angels. Us three factions are currently within a prolonged armament, armament, and were skirmishes, but we all agreed that losses were too great to allow the continuation of the war. War is everywhere, Naruto thought. Humans and human-like creatures will always fight each other, whether it is for power or hatred. Humans are warmongering. They are insufferable. The old man said that humans could get better. Goku, don't give up on us yet. I'll bring peace no matter what I have to do. Naruto heard Son Goku huff in aspiration, but he didn't say anything more. Alright, Naruto shook his head. He hadn't noticed, but Son Goku had flared his power slightly, and the three devils had noticed a sudden spike in power at the Mansion of War. It was subtle, but it was a lot of power, and they had sensed much more buried deeper down. Rias' mom was surprised, especially because Naruto seemed completely human. I'll leave you to Grafea, said Naruto. Naruto, stay as long as you like, Rias' dad said, leading his wife towards a nearby door. Naruto watched as the two disappeared. That power. Was that you or the tail beast? Power? Did someone do something? Goku got mad and released some of his power, Krama muttered. Good job. Damn it, Goku. Sorry, the Four Tails doesn't like like creatures. Grafea stared at Naruto, who raised his severed arm, trying to do something. We devils had been doing our best to avoid war. Needless suffering isn't something that we appreciate. Hear that, Goku? Goku grunted. Well, whatever. What else can you do in the underworld? But I'm gonna end it right there. I think that is a good note to end it off on. And don't worry, I'll can do another part tomorrow. But it's getting late, and I got school in the morning. And until next time, peace.